We're live.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 10th Whaleshare's Curation Show. I think we've done quite well. This is a milestone for us. Hopefully more afterwards, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's been a good project so far. Anyway, this week we've got quite a lot to get through. We've got whale shares to give out. That will happen later on. We've got hair shares to give out. We've also got a guest curator, who is Snake. Some of you might know, some of you don't, but you will have a chance to ask her questions throughout the show. We will also halfway through have Cubby's DJ Chatterbox segment, which is her talking non-stop for a minute, which is basically her default setting anyway. But this one's a bit special. And last week, because I got cut off early because the internet was rubbish, I missed talking about Jack Johannes Hemp. So I will talk a little bit about his work and Steam It as well. But first, I would like to welcome Snake to our guest curator. Snake, are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Hi, Snake. How are you doing?
I'm doing rather well today, and I hope everybody else is doing good as well.
Good, good. Have you got some nice posts for us? Did you find it easy, or?
I found 2 great posts, yes, and I think they are perfect. It was not that hard. I mean, I'm a curator, so I'm trained. My eye is trained.
This is what I was going to say to the crowd. If you don't know Snake, she's probably one of the most qualified Steamians, if there is such a thing, that you could meet. She runs a curation channel. In fact, Snake, tell us all the things you do on Steam It.
Well, at the moment, I am working on a curation project called You Got Snacked, and today I got Jack, so I snacked Jack. I won the MAM prize from MSP, that is Make a Minnow, and I won delegation for a whole month of January. And with that extra steam power, I am doing this curation project to give back to the platform, and I curate posts every day. And next to that, I am an OCD curator, I am a MuxtyBot curator, I do a talk show with Main Event on MSP Waves, and I post about my artwork.
Wow.
I feel very much in the shade because you also sing, don't you? And you also sell your artwork, which is not an easy thing to do.
Sorry, I didn't get the last part.
You sing, and you also, not only do you make artwork, you also sell it, which is not an easy thing to do.
Yes, true. I do sing, not often. Mostly I do it with Snacky in the videos I make with her. And yes, I also sell my artwork mostly off Steam It for now. So, but I'm trying to get it started to sell it on Steam It as well.
Fantastic! What a star of Steam It you are. All right, so I look forward to hearing what you talk about. And if anyone's got any questions for Snake, send them to me in a DM, and I will put them to her, and you will get 10 hair shares if I read out your question to her. Anyway, should we start? I think we should. So we should go to the first post. Normally Cubby goes first. So Cubby, would you like to go ahead with your first curated post?
I can. Or if you want, since you didn't get to last week, do you want to go ahead and present your post first? And we'll mix things up a little bit this week?
I'll tell you what, I'm in fact going to talk about Johannes Hemp very briefly. I haven't got his post to hand. Hold on, let me see if I can find one. If someone could find one and post it, right, yeah, Johannes Hemp. And all right, let's put it.
No, come back. We were doing so well.
Anyway, somebody else can find one of Jack Johannes's Hemp's posts about the Dutch community for me whilst I talk about him. He does these tremendously long posts that go into great detail about everything to do with Dutch Steam It, and obviously Steam It is mostly English, but we forget sometimes if we don't speak the language, there are these little communities of native language speakers who do their own little thing and keep things cozy. Snake, you're a Dutch speaker as well, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And there's one, brilliant, perfect. There's Jack Johannes Hemp. So anyway, if you look through that, you see there's a tremendous amount. I didn't get to talk about it yesterday because my internet cut out, last week because my internet cut out, but he's really a top Stemian. But anyway, Cubby, let's switch to you, because you're also good at going first.
Okay. So the first one to start us off, obviously, has to be something cubulicious. And this one just does us justice. And I found this gem. And it's funny because I went back almost all the way back to last Saturday. For me, for some reason, I had a really hard time picking a post this week. It was either I loved it, but they made more than $10, and I was like, no, I really want someone who made significantly less than that, or it just didn't speak to me in any volume. But once I found this, and he talks about a date that he had gone with his wife, the owner of the restaurant that he visited had given him a gift card to this place. And so he had gone back to visit. So he kind of talks about the time that he had there with his wife. He was even kind enough to put the equivalent of what it is in US dollars, which I always think is really interesting how the currencies equate to what I pay with. And I just love the pictures that he took. The food looked delicious. And it just looked like him and his wife had a lovely time together. And it's not a very long read. There are tons of lovely pictures on there of this beautiful place I hope to visit someday. It is in Europe. So maybe when I'm at your wedding, I can do a little detour and visit this place as well. And at the very bottom, there are cakes. And I am a huge sweet person. So when I saw this picture of the ice cream cake smashed on top of just a plain white cake, I was sold, and I was like, this has to be it. This is just like the best birthday cake I've ever seen. And then right under it is a red velvet cake, which I also adore. And I think that that I also chose this was because I think a lot of time when we write, we always think that we have to write about something out of this world, or it has to be fiction, or it has to be outside of our normal daily lives. And I thought this one was just so simple, about a day that he spent with his wife, of this beautiful place they spent. And posts don't have to be something always outside of your comfort zone. It can be something as simple as cakes and going on a date with your spouse. And I thought he did a wonderful job. And it made less than 30 cents, and I just couldn't believe it. So I thought that we could help him out by giving him some extra love on his post.
I saw this post before, actually, and any of our curators, and I thought one of the girls is going to go for that. I wasn't sure which, but yeah, it was you, and it was driven by the cakes.
Mm-hmm. Sold by the cakes.
And the cakes look beautiful, even though I don't really like cakes. They did look so good.
You don't even like red velvet cake?
I've only had it one time. My husband made it for me for my birthday. It was good. I just don't typically eat cakes.
Oh, so good.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I know.
I like ice cream cakes.
I like ice cream.
I should point out that this has got the obligatory excellent formatting that Cubby insists on before she will pick a post, it seems.
Now, note I did not comment on the formatting because that was probably the biggest downfall of the post. I think that they could have done a significantly better job with formatting the picture in order for it not to be the big blocks. So that was not something that did actually catch my eye, except for the last two pictures of cakes. Those were nice and big, and I was like, yes, those should be. But I thought he could have made them smaller.
That's good formatting for me. This shows how far I've got to come still. But,
Yeah, it's good formatting for me as well. There's food in it.
yes, exactly.
Formatting does not matter. Food is the best.
And that's why I
have to keep
forgave it.
myself from posting food to this week.
Anyway, solid post, didn't get much. Now it's going to get a lot. That's good. And he looks like a relatively new Steemian. He's only got 50 reputation, so hopefully we'll help someone out there. Cotterin, would you like to go next? Oh, by the way, if anyone's got any questions for Snake, I haven't had them yet. Hold on, have I got one?
Me.
Have I got one here? Oh yes, okay, go on then, Linda.
I want to know, how long have you been a snake?
I've been born a snake, so for a very long time, to be honest. 39 years.
Well, I wasn't hinting your age. I just wanted to know if you were if you were born a snake or you became a snake.
I was born a snake. Yes.
Maybe 39 is in snake years, so we can't translate that into human.
True.
I have a question. What does it mean to be a snake?
It means freedom.
I thought it meant something bad. You know how people say that somebody is a snake? It means that they're backstabbing people. I'm sorry to bring this up. I'm just not a native speaker of English.
No, I just hand out apples and I steal apples and there is a link to something bad in it, of course, if you read the Bible and stuff. But I'm really a cute little snacky, so I don't harm anybody.
Oh, that's nice of you. Cool.
I know.
I think you're probably the only snake that I can ever tolerate, because I don't know if you know, but my biggest fear is of snakes, like the biggest physical fear, not the mental fear. And stop! No, Nick, no, bad Nick, sit down.
All right, I'm not allowed to say that. I've got my Freudian interpretation of Linda and Big Snake, and I won't go any further down that line. But what I will ask is, do you speak parcel tongue?
Sometimes.
You couldn't speak some now for us, could you?
No, I can't. It's a secret language. I can't share that here.
Oh.
Fair enough. Okay, Cotterin, would you like to go to your first post?
Sure thing.
I love Cotrin.
Thank you.
Her voice.
So here, guys, this post is just a picture of some fjords, mountains in Norway, and it's made by relatively new Steaming. It says that this person joined Steam just in January 2018, but they already posted so many beautiful, breathtaking pictures of landscapes. It looks like they traveled a lot. So actually, at the bottom of the post, you can find the link to their Instagram, and they'll also have so many gorgeous photos there. I think this one is just so dramatic in black and white, and I can only imagine what it would look like in color. Norway is a pretty place, and I guess it's posts like that makes us want to travel.
Oh, I love that. I know. I've never been to the fjords. I think I've been to Norway. Not sure. Those northern countries all blend in one. But it's beautiful. It's also Oslo is in. No, Oslo is in. Where is Oslo? In Norway?
Yes, it's Norway. Oslo is in Norway.
Yeah, then I've been to Norway, but I've never been to the nature. I've been to the city only. And this is so beautiful. I love mountains. We don't have any in Letland.
It looks like somewhere that would take probably about 2 days of walking to get to as well. There's no way you could drive there, get out and take that photo, is there? You'd have to get a boat or something.
Yeah, you would have to take a boat probably to go and sail and see more mountains.
I think that picture looks stunning.
Yeah, I loved it. All of the posts on his page are just photos that he took, and all of them are very, very high quality, and they're all beautiful. Also, at the post, he tells you the specs of the camera that he used. So, like, if you want to recreate this similar photo, you can also adjust your camera settings and try to take a similar picture.
You know what I recently saw? I saw this one video where different photographers, they took photos of the same place, and it's amazing how each photographer makes it look completely different. You know, if you went there or I went there, we would have completely different pictures of it.
That's a good point, because you never know how you're going to catch or capture that moment at that point in time.
Yeah, everybody has sort of different vision, and like everybody cannot take the same picture.
Brilliant post. Excellent. Snake, I've got some more questions for you. Nothing yet from the crowd. Once again, feel free to ask some questions. Anything you want. I will obviously screen them if they're grubby or anything, because we do get some dirty ones. But hold on.
You kids are the worst.
What's your favorite book? What's your favorite film? And what's your favorite kind of music?
Whoa. I think my favorite book is Willow, and that is also my favorite movie. Yeah, I've read the book like 10 or 15 times, and the movie is just amazing as well. And my favorite music is Celtic music.
Really? Any particular reason why?
I think the music is soothing to the soul, and it calms me down when I'm a rather busy person in my head. It's never quiet. So every time I listen to Celtic music, Lorena McKinnon in particular, I become very calm, like meditation almost.
If you see a picture of Snape, or if you look at her picture, you can see she's actually she's quite a pale person. And I think often that pale people have, they have Celtic blood in them, or they have Celtic roots. And so because I'm quite pale as well, if we hear this kind of stuff, I think it can connect deep down in our soul with something from long ago. I like Celtic
Absolutely.
music too.
Yeah, I love it.
Maybe something that may have a similar answer. What's the favorite thing in the world for you to do?
I should say sleep, but
I relate
no.
to you.
The favorite thing I like to do is create, and that can be many different things. I like to paint, I like to draw, I like to work with clay and wood, and I just like to build things with my hands, and it makes me happy to do so.
So you're very earthy.
I
Like
am, yes.
earthy stuff.
Yes, I am, yes.
Good. Did we get a film from you? I heard a book, but I didn't hear a film.
Oh, I said the same, Willow.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, shall we move on to our next post? Linda, you're probably ready to go,
Oh.
aren't you?
I'm eating ice cream at the same time. Wait a second.
Oh. Do you want me to skip you and jump ahead?
No, God.
I wouldn't want to interrupt you, but none of us would want
I
to
can
interrupt your ice cream eating.
No, I can move because my boyfriend is guilty because he brought me ice cream. I didn't even ask for it, but he knows me so well. Anyways,
Okay.
I'm gonna start with a little bit of info. I kind of chose two artsy posts this week because I noticed that usually every week I have the same theme on my post and I try to switch it up. And this one is something that really spoke to me, and when I saw it, I had to take it the second I saw it because a couple of months ago in November I made a contest for a cover image because I wanted something very personalized, and I think this is something a lot of people on Stevie may want their own cover image. And this nice person, the paper plane, who is here in the chat as well, she's offering his, I don't know, are you a her or a he? Are offering their services to create. Oh, okay, a her. She's offering her services to create a cover image for you, and you can see that she's already created something very nice. Not on Steam though, on Facebook, but I really love this one that she created. And I think maybe, as she says, she loves doing it, so you can benefit each other. If anybody is looking for a cover image, you can reach out and maybe she can work with you for something nice, because I think it's so amazing to use something that's actually so you as your cover image, because it tells that's the first thing people see when they visit your page. They see your cover image. So I think it's very amazing to have something that is kind of you. I don't know if you know my cover image, but it's like two unicorns. That some another amazing Steamian made, and I'm switching it up. I'm usually not more of an animation person, but this was really nice, and I think it would be amazing for others as well. But if there are people like me out there that they would want the cover image, and that's why I had to choose this, and it didn't get that much love. So guys, give this post some love.
Yes, ma'am.
I should point out, if you're listening and you want to earn extra curation, after everybody's upvoted from this show, there will be an extra upvote from the Whaleshare, so you'll earn some more from getting in early on a post that gets a decent sized upvote. So that is one extra factor to consider. So it's just how we keep giving to you. But anyway, yeah, no, that was well, I don't need any sort of image because Jack Johannes Hemp did for me, but I think a lot of people's profiles would benefit from that kind of stuff.
And it ends that end, and it kind of wraps up your post, and it's kind of like a signature or a piece of you to finalize your thoughts on a post. And a well-written banner, a well-made-up banner really speaks volume in a post, and I think it shows maturity on the platform as well, because when you start out, you don't always know how to end your post because it's not really a letter, so you can't always put, best wishes, love always, Cubby Elizabeth. But you do want to engage with people, so some people end with questions. But I think when you end with a banner, it's like that lasting impression you give people of who you are. So I'm a huge believer in banners. If you guys don't have one, I highly recommend you get one.
It's branding, really, isn't it? I suppose we could call it that. But it's it's something that that is important for everybody now. And if we're posting regularly, and if we want people to keep looking at our content and maybe upvoting it, things like branding become important. So if you see the same thing again and you like it, it's definitely a positive.
I really like the cover image you created.
Me too.
I'm sorry, ice cream was coming in my mouth. I had to be silent.
I love this blogger banner that she has. I've seen a few people with it, and I think it's so cute.
Oh yeah, that one is amazing.
Did she offer to make them for some money, or is she just wanting practice to?
Oh, that's actually what I wanted to ask. It's not specified in the post, but I think you can always come to an agreement. If you reach out to her, you can talk to her and find out, or you can just tell here if it's for some coin or for free.
It doesn't say free, so I'm assuming there is a cost, but I think that depends on the kind of work you would like.
Yeah, I'm kind of a huge supporter of people getting rewarded for their work, no matter what they do, because everything is a process and everything is work. So I'm kind of, sometimes you cannot afford stuff, but sometimes you have a little bit in your wallet, and then I think it's good to be rewarded for the work you do, even if you say that you don't. I don't feel good when I just take free stuff.
Brilliant post. Another really good Steamian bringing something to Steemit and who deserved to be rewarded more than she was. And so obviously we've done that because that's our mission here. Snake, I've got another question for you. Is there a male snake in your life? I've been asked.
Yes, there is a male snake in my life.
Is it a hubby?
Is he a python or an adder, or is he a grass snake?
He's an adder, yes.
Okay, so he's poisonous.
Oh.
Very. Absolutely.
Who lays eggs in their relationship?
No one? I don't do eggs.
Don't snakes do eggs?
Normally they do, but I don't.
Okay, you're a unique snake. I like that.
Yes,
And
thank you.
Jack Johannes Hemp would like to know who your favorite Steamian is.
Me.
Oh my gosh, I won't answer that. I will answer it in a way. There are many Steamians that I love. There's not one in particular, and I can't do it just to say one name because there are too many.
Nice diplomatic answer. Okay, are you ready to do your post?
Yes, I am.
You could just tell him it's me, Snake. I'll take one for the team. Totally fine.
My favorite steamer is Cubby.
Well, there you go.
One vote for Cubby.
Huh, I didn't know we were voting now. I just thought this was a general consensus.
When you're involved, Cubby always gets score.
Oh, man.
So there's the post I picked. When I found it, it wasn't the payout wasn't that high, but I think it's deserving of it. So I didn't change anything. I just let it because this is just an amazing poem about love and all the different ways love is. It's a long poem, and I think it's very well written, and it made me think. It made me think deeply about what is love for me, what can love be for others, and I think it's a marvelous post made by a fiddle poet.
Would you read some of it to us, or at least your favorite bits?
Yeah, I can do that.
Whenever you're ready.
Jealousy and envy feelings no longer felt inside you, believing in them when they no longer believe in themselves. Teaching and giving hope to the social outcasts who aren't inspired, believing in life at a later age when they have forgotten about you. The last line really touched me because there are a lot of elderly people in this world who are very, very much alone. And that is the line that spoke to me the most in this poem.
Oh, that's so true. There are so many people just stuck in some elderly homes, and their family just visits them once in a month or something.
Yeah, it's awful.
This is quite a dense post, isn't it? Because there's lots in it, so it's the kind of thing I'll have to come back to later. But it's beautifully laid out. What you read sounded nice. I'm sure there's some profound stuff in there. It's you obviously did a good job picking something good because it's got a good reward now.
Yes, it is. Yes. But I didn't change it because, and my upvote is in there as well, so that took it higher as well.
I should mention to everybody, you should suck up to Snake because she's got a fantastic upvote.
Thank you. My inbox is always open. Spam me, please.
Oh, wow.
You're gonna regret this in 15 minutes.
What is your streamer name, Snakey?
Poetic Snake.
Thank you.
Snake, you are now everybody's best friend in this chat room. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that about your upvote, but you are a curator, so it's good for people to sort of show their work off to you, maybe tag you and things, and if you like it, if it's good, maybe they'll be blessed with one of your upvotes.
Yeah, well, I'm an honest curator. If I don't like to post, it won't get my upvote. So I will be blunt about that, and if I like it, I will upvote it.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any more questions for Snake whilst I sort out my post?
Snake, what's your favorite part about Steam It?
I think at first when I joined, I thought it was the money, but I was so wrong. It's the friendships that I found here on Steemit. I have a few very close friends here now, and that is just the most amazing part. And the fact that you can talk to people all over the world, and share your common grounds, talk about things. And this platform is so different than other social platforms I have been on. People are very kind here, and that is what I like.
And guys, here's her Steam It profile if you want to go follow her.
Yay, Snicky is there as well.
Mm-hmm. Nick, did we lose you?
Hello, I'm here.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
You got me worried. I was like, where did he go?
Sorry. Did you hear my question?
We did not. That explains the silence.
Okay, sorry. I got a question from the chat room. I think it's got a biblical theme, but the question is, as a snake, do you like apples?
Oh, I love apples. I have a big, enormous, huge love for apples, and I think that everybody who has ever chatted with me knows that they should throw apples at me, and I will do weird tricks for them. I love them. Yes.
It sounds like you can juggle something like that. Or...
Oh yes, I can do amazing things with apples. Yes.
Brilliant. Okay, right. Here's the post I selected. Now this is a post by Gabchick, who always does wonderful posts. She doesn't post at a sort of high volume, but you can see that she takes her time, and it's really interesting as well. So Gabchick is from Bulgaria, and this is about the Bulgarian festival of scaring away evil. Cubby, I will point out, it's got all sorts of formats in there. It's got photos on the side and photos squished together with other photos. There's a video in there, all that fancy stuff that I'm not able to do, but it's also absolutely fascinating. There's even a beautiful GIF in there of people dancing around a fire. And if you're into find paganism interesting, or oral traditions, things like that, this is something that's really interesting. And I should point out that next week our guest curator will be Gabchick, so we can hear a lot more from her about Bulgaria and these things. But what a stellar post, I thought. What a top quality post. And if you remember, Gabchick was struggling a while ago before she got her very first Whaleshare's upvote. So we've helped her a little bit on the way. We've helped her help herself, because she doesn't really need any help, but we've brought her a little bit more attention, which I think is good as well. But yeah, I think a really good post.
I like those goat skulls. I handled one of them yesterday. It's pretty cool.
Do you have one of those at home, Katrin? Something that's what you wear when you're gaming?
No, unfortunately, no. We just attended a brunch and somebody gifted one of those goat skulls to another person, and I handled it.
Okay, nice.
Are you really a hardcore gamer like he makes you sound?
Not that hardcore, softcore.
Gotcha.
There's a picture of this is a question directed to Gabchick. There's a picture of the traditional costume in there that a lady would wear. Is that actually a picture of you, Gabchick? Because you've cut your head off, so I can't tell.
You have a wonderful smile.
It's a very nice costume, and I particularly like the reference to fire at the bottom. This whole thing couldn't have been done without a fire to dance around, which is again a very pagan-y sort of idea. The idea that fire and heat brings people together, brings strength, and is a sort of focal point for magic. And also, Gabchick is a singer, I believe.
A false singer. Remember that she was running a contest.
I do remember that. I've heard her sing a little bit. Maybe, because we've got Linda who can sing.
Do you guys really think I can sing?
Singing is always fun.
Also, Snake can sing as well. I've heard her sing. She sang something a couple of days ago. Snake, you should later. We'll put your post up so people can hear you singing with your sock puppet with a snake.
Okay.
Yes, we've got a repeated question from Katrin here. We desperately want to know what Gabchick means.
Gabriella chick.
Oh, gotcha. I thought maybe it was like a Bulgarian name for a bird or something. Cool.
Anyway, okay, so really solid post, really impressive. I'll watch more of the videos of that later. But now we're at the halfway point. So now it's time for Cubby's DJ Chatterbox segment. So now we need very quickly some suggestions of what
Topic to chatter about.
Cubby could talk about. Sorry, I've got something in my throat. Yeah, we need suggestions for something for Cubby to talk about solidly for a minute.
Snakes.
Yeah, let her talk about snakes.
Okay, I think that settles it.
That was fast. Okay, do you want me to whip out the timer?
Linda, you're in charge of the time. Sorry, I do apologise. I've got a little bit of a sore throat, and it's impairing my ability to speak. We
You
say
have a
frog in
minute to sort it.
a frog in my throat. I'll have a big cough whilst this is going on. So Linda, you're in charge of time. Cubby, you are not allowed to time it yourself this time because that makes it easier for you. And you're getting too good. Your marks were too high.
Why are you always trying to make it so hard for me?
As you improve, we have to build up a level of resistance. You know, we have to make it tougher
Improve,
and tougher.
adapt, and overcome your smartness.
My smartness. But if I don't time myself, how do I know how much time I have left or to go?
That's
This
why
is the thing. That's why you've got Linda.
Huh. Okay.
Are you ready?
Talk about snakes? Hit me with it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Today's topic is about Snake. Now, not the lovely Snake who's here today with us, because she is a curator and travels the steemit world, curating everyone's post. But are we talking about her or the animal? She said she doesn't relate to the animal because that one is known for being scary. She's not scary. She's friendly and fuzzy and funny, and apparently there's two of her. One's a mister, though, so I guess that's not really her, but someone who likes to hang out with her. But anyways, let's talk about some snakes. Did you know that in my backyard, I have chickens? Yes, real-life chickens. I think I've mentioned this before. But what you didn't know is I also sometimes have garden snakes, and them and I do not get along. However, I have a superhero called my father, who goes out there with his massive machete and saves us all from these dragon-looking snakes. Not everyone can do this, mind you, but my father can, because he can slay dragons and he can slay snakes. But not the kind ones that curate your post, the mean ones who attack my chickens. Either way, I love Snakey who's here today. I'm so grateful you could be here, and I hope to see you again. But, whew.
Oh wow, dead on, perfect.
That was tough.
This girl is unstoppable.
Woohoo!
This girl is
So-
on fire. Okay.
We need to
This girl is on fire.
we need to do marks out of 10. Jack Johannesson gives you 10, but he actually gave you 10 before it started, so I don't know how serious a mark that is. But maybe he's just a big fan of
She
yours.
just knows how to predict the future.
I do?
Crystal Pacheco, I don't never know if I say that right. She's giving you a 10. I'm going to give you.
I got a 10 already? Thank you so much.
I'm going to give you a 9.
What?
No, an 8.9.
But why?
It was pretty good. Sometimes I thought she's slowing down a bit here. She's slowing her voice down to think. And I think you could do this on pure instinct. Speak faster, you know, like a fast freestyle rapper. That's what you could be striving for.
I don't know.
I must agree. I'm gonna go with a 9 because I didn't feel it as well as last time or the second best time. It was still good. You didn't stop, but I don't think your soul was in it.
Tough crowd today, guys.
I'll give you a 12.
Yes! She is a guest, so I guess she hasn't heard my better piece, but I appreciate it.
We've just got Catherine to give you a mark.
Oh yeah, my faves. You got this, girlie.
Hey, Cubby, can you beatbox?
No.
Okay.
Then you get a 5.
Then I will give you a 9.
Okay. Katrin, what are you doing?
Because if you could, I would give you 10.
But if I beatbox during it, then that would be one thing. But since I didn't, you can't ask me afterwards, then base your score off of that.
But in my mind, I thought if she could do it, then I would give her 10.
You know
But
what
if she
this is?
couldn't, I would give her 9.
I just realised as well that there's no rhyming in there. There was absolutely no no sort of small rhymes or big rhymes or so that's a new criteria. We need rhyming and beatboxing for a 10. It's going to get hard now.
But you
She
know
would
what?
not have to do it for the whole minute.
Yeah, that would be tough, guys. I mean, let's just think about that for a minute.
Just drop some
You
rhymes
can't
in
beatbox and talk
occasionally
at the same time.
and a little bit of a beat at the beginning maybe.
It's hard enough to try to make it rhyme, and I struggled so much with it. Like, how much stuff rhymes with snake?
Can you rap?
No, I cannot rap. I can fake it, but I can't like make it. It's different.
You could try. You could try. Try doing a sentence for a 10.
You can't try to grade me after it's been done.
Try just doing a sentence in free topic.
Oh my gosh. We should not make Katrin in charge of the rules because she's making it near impossible.
Catherine is one of those teachers that you have at school that you have 10-point grading system, but your teacher never gives you 10 because she will only give you 10 if you bring something new to the table and unique. She'll give you a topic to write about
Oh,
from
wow.
the book, but
You're
you have
right.
to bring in the new subject to it to get a 10.
I've always been giving her the top grades, the top scores.
I'm just talking about this time. I totally agree with you. She deserved only a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And if she could like do something like
Lie
one
you.
sentence, free topic.
Anyway, we should move on because otherwise, we could probably stay here for 2 hours arguing about what mark we should give Cubby and get her to do a redo. But it was pretty good. But we're now in future for reference.
Well, wait, hold on.
Lots of the beginning rhymes involved.
Hold on. I will give Cubby a 10, and then for the next Monday, she will have to prepare just one sentence and free topic rapping.
Dear Lord, have mercy.
Please, pretty.
But it wouldn't even be a chatterbox. It'd be like the chatter sentence. I mean, that doesn't make sense.
No, you have
Yeah, that would be the chatter extra.
exactly
The chatter raps.
extra work for the 10.
But the whole
Anyway,
point-
let's move on because we've got other posts to get through, and otherwise this would turn into an hour-long discussion. But anyway, I've got some questions for Snake. Snake.
Yes.
I know you have aspirations to be a whale.
Yeah.
If you became a whale, what kind of whale would you be?
I would be a good whale. I would be giving lots to the community, being honest and fair. I would be a difference. I would make a change. I think I would show that it's not all about the money. It's good that you can get payouts for your posts and stuff. There's so much more to it.
Are you a good whale or a bad one?
I am not a whale yet. I want to be a big fat whale. Yes.
So not a killer whale, and definitely not a sperm whale.
I want to be
Like a big benevolent blue whale floating around, being big and friendly and not hurting anybody.
I want to be a cuddle whale.
Okay, right. Answer.
Yeah.
Well, whales are so big that they would cuddly kill somebody.
Yeah, but we will do it with love. Right?
You'll
Kill
crash into
somebody.
someone so hard with your massive upboat that you'll
Yeah.
crush them.
It's kind of cute though. Like, I love you. Poof. Oh, oops.
That's not
Abby,
a
should we-
bad way to go.
Abby, should we get your next post?
Yes, or else these two ladies are just going to go down each other's throat and there's no knowing how we're going to make out of it. Alrighty, ladies and germs. My next post is this lovely one. And the reason that I picked this one was because of the picture. I thought it was so interesting, and I wonder if he drew it. I don't think he actually did, but it's a poem about emotions and then his thoughts on emotions. And I love his name too. It's called Sweet Sarcasm, which goes very much in line with the type of post that he makes. So if you get a chance, I'd recommend you check out some of his other stuff as well. And it's a short poem, so if you don't mind, I'll read it to you. Any objections? Hearing none.
You have
ahead.
the right to continue.
Thank you, ladies. It goes as such. You wake up dazed, on in a cold, damp darkness. The only noise you hear is your breath, which is gasping for air. You instinctively put your hands around your neck, hoping to open your lungs, and realize there's something around your head. You rip and tear at the cloth to free yourself, but it's not coming off. You stop, still frantic, take a shallow breath to calm your heart, while you try to find out how to remove this bag. Both hands are searching for freedom. Your left hand happens to come across a string. You reach your right hand over quickly and follow the strings down to a clasp. Pulling the clasp up and string a little ways, you quickly let go and tear at the bag to remove it. You catch a fresh gasp of air as you do, but are unsuccessful. You find the clasp again and loosen it all the way this time. You feel better with that breath of air and the breath of air that you have. Now become cautious as to what's outside of this bag as you slowly lift it off your head. You spin around backwards quickly to see if anyone is behind you, but you're all alone in a tunnel. All you see is very dim light coming from the east, the dirt and litter. This may seem like a simple story. A person is trapped, they get free and saw light. The natural conclusion is tough to draw. And he kind of goes into how we dismiss emotions and or avoid them and don't really take the time to feel them and to really dig deep and embrace the emotions that you go through. So he wrote this a while back, and then he put in a recommendation for a personality survey type thing. But I thought it was quite interesting, his takes on it. And sometimes people write things you have no idea where that inspiration was from. And then you look at the picture and you can almost visualize exactly what he means from it. So for those reasons, I selected it. What were your thoughts?
Great picture. Very quirky. I liked it straight away because even the typeface he used, I thought this is interesting. It had a really engaging style. When you read it to us, it sort of draws you in. And halfway through, I thought, okay, I'm going to follow this steamer. It was interesting, and I could just tell it was someone I'd like to hear more from.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the same.
Do what?
Do the same. Go and follow him.
Oh, gotcha.
Sometimes you get posts and you like them, I think, and that's enough. But sometimes you get a post from someone and you think, oh, I'm going to follow that person. You realize you're on the same wavelength and you'd like to hear more from them. And I got that vibe from this post anyway.
Very true. That was a decent post, and I do agree. Although I don't think I'm going to follow them.
Not for everyone.
But I will come back and read more of his posts.
Mm-hmm.
Linda, are you there? You're eating ice cream.
No, I already finished. What do you think I am, a snail? I can eat the ice cream in 5 seconds. I think the people I follow, I upload them less than the people I find online every day, because there is Thursdays, there is Sundays, there is Mondays where I need to spend my power, and I am already on 50%. You know, if I go now after the people I follow, then it's even worse. I did this, by the way. Takes 50% of my voting power when I go through the people I follow.
It can be tricky, can't it? I remember when you allowed 40 full upvotes a day, and it was much easier. And now you have to be a little bit, you have to pick and choose, and it can be tricky.
Yeah, I actually was used to the 500 Steam power that I have, then the slider, but I lost the Steam delegation because I needed to take it back and give it to new Steamians, and I need to take back my delegation from Whaleshares, and I need to wait for a week to get it back, and then I can go with my voting slider again. I need to get 600 Steam power so I can delegate again really fast.
I can set it up and delegate it to you.
No, I'm gonna earn my own coin and then do it.
If you make up your mind, you know where I am.
That was so sweet.
Give me all of your money. Come on. You don't need it. I make enough money as well, but I need it more anyway. But thank you for your nice offer.
This was one of the reasons I invited Snake, because I know how good her heart is and how devoted she is to being a good Steamian. And she's an example for us all. I think it's brilliant. Snake, what did you think of the post?
I liked it. I like strong words. Yeah, I have to go back and read it again, but the quick look gave me a very good impression.
It's dense, isn't it? It needs a couple of words, but I think it was a solid choice by Cubby. Well done.
It carries a punch, and that's what I like about posts. I like the posts that make you think, you know. I lately have been presenting some poetry and some art, but I like a good post with a good punch.
Okay, let's move on. Snake, I've got 2 questions for you now.
Oh dear.
The first one is about physics. You have to answer this.
Whoa.
If 2 beavers dug a hole straight to the earth from Holland to Australia, and then I dropped a pebble into that hole, what would happen?
I think I would sail away on my rubber boat.
That's not an answer. You've got. What would happen to the pebble, though? Not what you would do.
I don't know. It will burn. It will burn. Yes.
I don't know the answer. You might be right. Get to the Earth's core. I don't know. I thought it was an interesting question. Here's another one. This one is more philosophical. Do infants enjoy infancy as much as adults enjoy adultery?
Apples like snakes? I don't know. I am not.
Or maybe you didn't. Did you hear? Maybe it wasn't clear. Did you hear?
Yes, something with infants like infancy and adults like adultery.
Yes. Do infants enjoy infancy as much as adults enjoy adultery?
I think that infants enjoy life way more than adults do. They have they don't see problems. They don't have to pay the bills. They can just be free, you know. I think.
Do they, as infants, enjoy infancy more than adults enjoy adultery?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Any more questions?
That's a naughty question. That's the only good thing I have to say.
It was a naughty question, and nobody seemed to get it. I thought it was very funny, but
I don't get it.
Adultery is cheating. Adultery is cheating.
there was a double meaning in there, but you didn't get it. It was my fault. It was a silly question, maybe.
No?
it's late. It's late here. My brain is not working.
Okay, here's a more simple question. Would you rather go 500 years into the past or 500 years into the future?
I would go back to the past. I feel like I don't belong here, and I certainly don't belong in the future, so I would go back.
Okay, you can always tell a lot about someone, how they answer that question. Anyway, we should probably move on to the next.
Can I have a question?
Oh yeah, Katrin, go ahead.
Hey, Snakey, where are you from?
I am from the Netherlands.
Oh, nice. Cool. Go ahead, Nick.
Okay, next post. I think we've done Cubby, so should we go to Katrin, your post?
Oh, yeah, cool. Just a second. Okay, this is a food post, you guys, and the lady who made it is actually here in the lounge. She's #1 person here in the list.
Woohoo!
And yep, thank you, Blair, I guess. I guess I'm pronouncing that correct. Thank you for coming over. I picked this post because at the time that I saw it, it only had, I think, like 74 cents. And doing food blogging myself, I know how much time it takes, like cooking and taking pictures in the process. And she made a step-by-step recipe, which I enjoyed. And I've never made Asian meatballs before, but I do have some oyster sauce and soy sauce. I could probably make them. So I liked learning this new recipe, and the presentation was awesome. So overall, it was a good post, and I felt like it was very undervalued, and it needs more love.
Mm-hmm.
I think the post starts with the best words ever. Nom nom. I like it.
I agree.
I'm trying to teach my little boy who's 19 months old to say nom 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 when food comes. He hasn't really got it yet.
Keep at it.
This lady also joined Summit in January. If you can see, her reputation is only 38, but she's trying, and I feel like she needs some I forgot the word. Support from the community. Yep. Thank you, guys.
A Whaleshare's boost. Welcome, Abler. It's a nice, solid post. I predict that you'll do well if you continue to make things of that quality. Really, really, really good.
Great, now I want more ice cream and meatballs.
At the same time?
At the same time,
No, but they
Oh.
can stand in front of me so I can eat one after another. Don't judge a girl.
No judgment.
hey, I should also point out at this stage that whale shares, not everybody's taking them, and we're able to give them out to you free. If you're listening here, you get free whale shares, which, if you post this thing, you can use to make your post go up in value. So one of the reasons for this show is to get the whale shares economy kicking. So please, if you'd like some free whale shares, send me your open ledger address on a direct message, and I'll send them to you. If you don't know what that means, tell me, and I can help you set one up. If you've got open ledger but are scared to use it because it can be complicated, tell me, and I will try and walk you through the steps to try and help you put the whale shares onto your post. And there's also hair shares available. If you give me a question for Snake here and I use it, you get some free hair shares. They can also be added to a post. Now, maybe this isn't clear, but these are tokens that if you send to a special address, that address will then use another Steemit account to upvote you automatically. So this is a way to get extra upvotes sometimes from big accounts onto your post. So it's a really good thing to do, and you should definitely get Open Ledger set up and get involved in this economy because it's a great thing. Anyway, let's move to Linda's post.
Yay, hello.
Woo!
So I chose this for two, maybe three reasons. It has video in it. I found it really, really relaxing. When I watched those videos of how he doodled, and I loved the coloring of the author, how he did it, and I think it's an amazing thing to do, and it's kind of a challenge. You have to put down your hand and you just draw a line. Like you can't plan of, like, you just let your imagination flow with the line, with one line, and then you color it in. And I think it's very relaxing and very calming to do this, because I've done this at school and exams. When you doodle on the side of a paper, and it kind of calms you down. But this is something that's really artsy as well and very beautifully executed. When I opened the post, I was like at first, oh, okay, some videos, but and I wasn't like the first, because you only see the videos, you don't see the pictures and the end results in them. But when I watch those videos, it's so satisfying to watch them, and how he does those videos, that it's slow at the beginning and then he colors it in fast. That he works on the videos as much as he works on the artwork itself. And this, I think this is incredibly undervalued, because this is something that really calms you, and that's especially for people who are very busy and with not so much time. This is something that could help them, because this takes up only 2 seconds of your time to actually do it and feel better. So I think that's a lovely post.
It's an amazing post. And that selfie at the bottom, priceless. I love it. I cannot say enough good things about this post. I love it. It's so creative. It's so fun. It's very
And
well
it's so
written.
well made, right?
Yes, I was just going to say
Formatting.
the format is lovely. Look how he uses dots and he uses italicizing, and there's good spacing.
And that universe, that divider, that universe picture, that's amazing.
Yes.
The universe dividers, I love those too.
Yeah, those are really cool. I'm a huge
And how
fan.
he colors
Job well
in
done.
things, It's like, it's just a line in the beginning, but when he finishes it, it's something very beautiful. And that's what I love about it. It's so simple, but it's so beautiful and so amazing.
I think it looks amazing as well.
There's a mesmeric quality as well, isn't there, to those drawings? It's almost like when people do automatic writing. It's oh, here's Orion's belt buckle. Okay, is it coming from your subconscious, do you think? Do you try and turn your conscious mind off when you do this?
I think you might, it's just like so beautiful.
Yeah, no, he's saying that's what he does. So that means all of these will have a meaning to you, because they're all reflections in a way of your inner state, which I think is fascinating. For example, if you went to a psychologist's office, they might get you to doodle something, and that would show, to an extent, what was on your mind a bit. And this is a nice post about stuff like that. Those little clips are great with when the music kicks in as well. It makes it something better. It's got a nice little soundtrack going with it. I've had an idea. Why don't you set up Abby's post formatting service? People can, like me, can send you their shabby rubbish posts. You can reformat, and then you get a percentage of the upvotes.
Or you can just take the free formatting course that my friend offers, or you can DM me and I can suggest a few things and you can learn from there. I'm telling you, there are 3 formatting tools I use with every single post. And if you were to use these 3, it would be a complete game changer. And every post I make have some variation of these 3 and nothing else.
But I'm too old to learn new things, and too lazy and too busy.
Well, Nick, if you want to pay me to format your post, I would more than happy do it for free.
You're right, though. I should learn myself. and then pay you for pointing it out to me.
There you go.
The second payment is involved. He can do it himself.
There you go. I want a second piece of cake at your wedding. There you go.
I want to do it, but it's a lot to learn. But Orion's book, Buckle is offering to reformat people's story. It's very kind. I do think there's a thing there. People could make some money doing it, but I know that I should learn it. It would be too easy if I didn't. But yeah, brilliant post, Orion's book, Buckle. Well done. Keep them coming. Brilliantly creative. Snake, have we got any more questions for Snake? Any from my creators?
Snake, what's one of your pet peeves about Steam It?
Oh, that the flag should be not called a flag, and that it should be a downvote and a separate flag. That is a pet peeve.
Interesting.
Jack Johannes would like to know, how did you come to Discord?
I think I read about it in a post about MSP. Yeah, that was the first group I joined as well on Discord. So yeah, I think I read it in one of their posts.
Okay, another question. When was the last time you peed your pants?
I don't know. I hope it was a long time ago.
It's not your pants and then your bed, those dreams when you think you're going to toilet. Those are the worst.
I mean, when I was still drinking, I might have had an accident or two. I don't know. But it's a long time ago.
Any of my team got a good story about peeing in their pants?
Sorry?
I'm just wondering if any of the other curators have got a good story about peeing in their pants.
Okay, I got one.
Come on, Abby, tell us.
So there was one trip that we took to Brazil that my mother had the brilliant idea to take us out to the farm. And every time she takes us out there, one of the 3 children has some epic story to follow it up. My brother pooped his pants one time when he went, and my my poor sister got lost. And all 3 of us have all peed in the bed while at this farm. So I'm going to share the story of all 3 of us wetting the bed. So we went, and it was freezing at night, and they had no electricity. So we all took extremely cold showers. And the bathroom was outside of the house, but since there was no electricity, everything was pitch black. So we were all terrified to go out during the night for it. So the first night, it was either my brother or my sister. And the second night, it was one or the other. And then the third night, I had to go to the bathroom so bad in the middle of the night. But I thought to myself, I'm not going to go out there to the danger zone. I don't know what's out there. Plus, my brothers and sister has already wet the bed. I can't be left out. So sure enough, I just let it go. And I wake up the next morning and my mother goes, I cannot believe that all three of you children wet the bed in this place. Granted, I think we must have been like 7 or 10 at the time. So we were too old to be wetting the bed, but we're still young enough to where it's embarrassing and a cute story to share. And I think we had to end up buying that family another mattress because we did some damage.
I was going to ask how old you were before we end. Hey, I bet it was all nice and warm for about 30 seconds though when you did it, and then it gets cold.
I don't remember. I just remember thinking, this is it, people, it's happening.
I've got a good story about wetting the bed. Sorry, not wetting, but being in my pants. And it was in my university days, and I went out one night and got far, far too drunk and got to bed really late. And my friend came and woke me up at about 7:30 and said, look, we've got this rugby match kicking off at 10. I was in a state where I could barely walk, and I had to go and play rugby in the freezing cold and the rain. If you're not British or not European, you probably don't know about rugby, but it's like American football without padding. It hurts. And then a freezing January, so I didn't really know what to do. So anyway, I got up, I had some coffee, and I still thought I'm not going to be able to even walk barely. So my friend ran out to the shop and got me 3 Red Bulls. So I drank these Red Bulls, and then we eventually went down. We got to the pitch, we got changed in the changing rooms with the team, went off ready to play. And it was a huge, great playing field. So the changing rooms were about probably 3/4 of a mile away. I got to the pitch, and there were lots of rugby pitches together. So games being played on all of them, people everywhere. And this is crucial, there were girls there watching. And then the match starts, I'm freezing cold, don't want to be there, really painful, because great big beefy hairy man running into me with a rugby ball. And I suddenly realised, wow, I'm bursting for a wee, and I don't know what to do, and I can't leave the team, I can't go off the pitch. So I played on for about 5 minutes, and I thought, I'm going to have to pee in my pants. So it was so muddy and it was so raining that it didn't really matter, and I waited until there was a big scrum, which is a lot of men sort of on the floor pushing, and then I fell over on purpose, laid face down, stayed there for a bit, and let it go. And it probably took about 45 seconds, and after that I felt great, and nobody could tell because I was soaked from the rain and mud all over me. But it was a time when I was an adult where I purposefully thought, I'm going to pee my pants.
Oh, geez.
It was actually, I was so desperate, but it wasn't easy to do. I think there's a psychological block from doing it, because for so long when you're young, you're told not to. I thought it would be a lot quicker to start, and I really had to no, tell myself, no, pee your pants, and your brain is just not letting you. So anyway, interesting. Probably didn't need to hear that, but I thought I would tell that story.
Well, only half of the world will be able to hear this.
Say again?
Wait a second.
Doesn't take.
You've got a mouthful of ice cream again, haven't you?
No, I think I have a leftover nut stuck in my throat from the ice cream. No, I said, thanks to Cubby recording it, only half of the world will be able to hear your story.
Oh yeah, this is a problem. When I'm King of England next year, or the year after, whenever the Queen dies, this will get into the tabloids.
Can I
It'll be
be
a scandal.
Can I be part of this whole kingdom thing? Will you give me a job?
Yes, you can be. What would you be?
I don't know.
Can I be in charge of food?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I will need someone to follow me around and hold my cup of tea everywhere where I go.
I wouldn't be very good at that.
You can carry a porta potty with you.
There are lots of obscure jobs from the British monarchy, from honorary positions long ago that still exist. So I knew someone whose father at university was keeper of the Queen's swans, and that was his job. Except it was a ceremonial position, and he got some weird present each year that the monarchy had given for about 600 years. But there's lots of interesting stuff like that. Oh, and only the Queen can eat swans. In England, no one else is allowed to. She owns them all.
Did you say she can eat the swans?
If there's a swan, it means the Queen owns it, and if you kill it to eat it, it's a criminal offence. But she is allowed to kill them to eat them.
I think Queen is allowed to do anything, right? She can kill other country leaders in her country.
I suppose so. That tends to be frowned upon these days. But yes, it's who knows? I don't know.
Imagine if the Queen whips out a sword and starts stabbing people. That lady, that sweet little lady.
Yes. I'm trying to think of the last time a monarch killed someone. They used to ride into battle long ago, but again, doesn't happen much nowadays, I don't think. This is when people had horses and swords and stuff.
Yeah, they don't chop off heads with axes anymore.
I know, it's so boring, isn't it? I wish that would come back.
Yeah.
Well, you would lose your head for treason, Nick, if that was that, because you just said that the Queen will be dead in next year, and if she dies, then you will be guilty, because you said it.
That's a good point. Okay, I better flee. Anyway, I've got another question for Snake. It's about Holland. Do the windmills pump water in Holland, or do they grind grain?
Both, actually, those who still work, that is. There are a lot of grain mills, but also for the water levels in the, I don't know how you call it in English, but the wetlands, I suppose. They have to keep it dry so they won't flood. And the mills there do the job very well.
That was Orion's belt. You asked that. Okay. Snake, should we go to your next post? And before we do that, let me just remind you, if you want free whale shares for listening and some free hair shares, if you've asked a question, just send me your open ledger address and I will forward that to you. This is free stuff that you can exchange for upvotes on Steam, which is free money. So don't be shy to get involved.
I have a question. I just want to clear something out. Then I've noticed that Unique, you posted comments to people on their post saying that they would get 80% Whaleshare upvote, and Cubby said in her comment that it was 25 Whaleshares, 25% upvote or something like that. So I was wondering which one is correct.
Yes, okay. So sorry, I should have pointed this out to my team. It slipped my mind. Acrid has increased the upvote. It was previously 25 whale shares. It is now 80 whale shares. This is how generous we are. This is how crazy we are to try and make you all rich. So yes, 18 now. So please feel free to update your message.
Yeah, I usually copy paste your message in my comments.
Yeah, me too.
Hold on, quit saying 100 now. It's gone up again.
It's like the
Next
lotto.
you'll know it's gonna be 200.
Bingo!
Dong, 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 dong.
Anyway, okay, so 100 what's your upvote? It's quite a nice solid amount, and if you factor in how much Steam dollars are worth at the moment, it's pretty good.
Not too shabby.
Whaleshare got a little bit extra power. It's 21 million now West instead of 19, so it's a little bit extra.
Yes, that's good. And bear in mind that Fuzzy has said he's going to try and increase it each week. So what you could do is get your whale shares and save them up, put them in a savings account, and see if you can get them up to, like previously, they were at a level of half a beyond bit. It was, I think, 150,000 Steam at one point. So maybe in some months or something, your whale shares will be really valuable if you hold on to them. So once again, please give me your details and you'll get free whale shares.
And if you don't know how to make it, if you don't know what they are, where do you go, guys? Somebody tell us.
You ask me, or probably anyone else who works on here could probably tell you. Krista
Here we go.
is, there's a tutorial there. Brilliant. Okay. There's that. Perfect. Okay. We're giving you as much help as we possibly can. Oh, and you also get free Whaleshares for going to Akrid's tutorial. So the whole point of Whaleshare is everything you do, you get paid for doing.
Excellent tutorial, by the way. I have attended a few times. Eventually, I will learn from my mistakes, but Akrid is so patient with me. And so take the class. He does take the time to answer any and all of your questions. And he does run through a live example with you as well, which is awesome.
Right. Okay. So now all know that Whaleshares are equivalent to free money, and you can all have them for free. And there's some hair shares as well, which I give out. You get those if you contribute, and I use what you say, so for questions and things. But now I think we're ready for Snake's next post.
Yes, well, talking about free things and free stuff, I found a wonderful post about free steam cover images, and I picked that one because it only had 2 votes when I found it. So my vote was number 3, and I think it's amazing when people take the time to make something and share it with everybody, and you can use it. And you know, if your account looks good, people will be more eager to check you out as well. So if you don't have the time to make it yourself, or you're not creative enough, there's always somebody around who you know, can do it, and this person offers free covers for your post. And yes, Linda has we are thinking in a similar way this week.
Do it, friends.
Yes, everybody get your cover images.
Look at that. It's pretty, isn't it? It's a different style to the previous one, but very nice.
Yeah, I thought so as well. They are very colorful. I like colorful things, and they're going to do another post if I'm correct.
This means that there's no excuse for having shabby or boring-looking posts on Steemit, is there?
Yes. So if you need a cover, just check it out and make your profile look more colorful. And share some love on the post.
Mm-hmm.
Because 3 votes is really way, way, way too low.
Don't worry, it's got some more now.
Good.
Okay, we have any more questions for Snake before I do the last post?
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
New Zealand, because I want to see the hills there and explore the greens and the forest and the food, and yeah, New Zealand for sure.
Very nice. And if you could share a meal with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, I would pick Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yeah, I have a thriller dinner, so yeah, Michael Jackson would be fun. When I grew up, I knew all his songs and loved his voice, and even when I was down and stuff, I played Michael Jackson with, you know, Black and White and stuff, and Save the World. Yeah, Michael Jackson.
That's an interesting choice. I wasn't a particularly big fan of Michael Jackson when he was alive. I didn't dislike him, but I thought he was okay. But it's strange, now he's dead, I sort of miss him. And I remember when he died, and I think what a lovely man he was, and how good some of his music was. And it was only once he was gone and it became a bit retro and cool, and I listened to the disco stuff. And they started playing it in bars and things. And I thought, this is really good, some of this stuff. So I think that's a good choice.
Thank you.
Right, I should point out to everybody that after this, the show isn't over. We hang around and we take all your mics off mute, and you can stay and talk to us. You can ask us things if you want, or we just have a chat, or just listen in some more. It's a bit more free form. Linda might sing, she usually does.
No, I don't.
Krista might come in and sing as well. She sometimes does that. So
She-
yeah, hang around, join in, ask some questions, anything. But we will still be here.
And could I post a runner-up post that I think everybody should read just a little bit
No.
after you're done?
Just kidding.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay, I've got to do mine. Would you want to do yours quickly?
No, you
Very
do
quickly.
when you because you do first.
Okay, I'll do my one. Hold on.
Steam it acting funky for anyone else. I'm trying to upvote it and it's making me click it so many times.
Yeah, it also shows me that I have 25 reputation when I go into my wallet.
Okay.
I think I've had that a little bit. I think the witnesses are maybe a bit slower for me. Nothing to worry about. So this post, I saw this and thought, how interesting. This post was obviously got a knowledge of psychology or psychoanalysis, so I guess he's studying it at some level. But he has taken a character from a film, Jake LaMotta from Raging Bull, which is a good, interesting film, and analysed them as if he was a psychologist doing it. And I thought, what a fascinating concept. This is particularly interesting to me, someone who's writing something at the moment where I'm trying to get deep into the psychology of characters, and you have to try and make them real people to an extent. And so I looked at this and thought, wow, maybe that's a thing to do. That would be a thing, to take that person I'm thinking about and put them in my mind on a couch and be Sigmund Freud, talk to them. But how original. And I suspect he's done other people because he asks for more suggestions. So this would be something for the future for me to go through and see all the other people he's analysed. And it's nicely laid out as well. Probably not top quality, Cubby. You could give posts marks out of 10 for formatting. That would be a thing for the future.
I like that. This one actually is very well done. If you look at it, the spacing is good. He uses no more than 3 different, what's it called?
Sizes, fonts?
Yes, fonts. Because I took a class once, and you never should use more than 3. And I didn't agree with it then until I started on Steemit, but it's true. So he uses bold, he uses italics, and he uses spacing extremely well. There's only a few critique that I would make on this, but overall, the way he splits it up with the main title, a picture, and then his thoughts on it is very well done. And this is a very you post, Nick. You always pick something that kind of triggers and is very thought-provoking, so I'm not surprised you picked this one.
Okay, that's interesting. You've noticed the pattern. I like the idea that you could bracket Jake LaMotta, the main character, as a borderline personality. And doing this kind of thing for films is interesting because there's no normal people in films, or there's very few. Everybody's special and interesting, and has to have something odd about them. So it's a perfect way to approach looking at these people. I'm thinking some of the girls on here have not seen Raging Bull. Would that be the case?
Correct.
Very correct. Double
Correct. Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
But I
Oh,
see
come
you.
on.
Poor Nick.
It's okay. Well, it's a very good film, and it's arty a bit, and it's got Robert De Niro, so it's got to be pretty good. But perhaps it doesn't appeal because there's domestic violence and boxing and blood and sweat and things like that. Maybe it's just a blokey film. I don't know. But very good film, very good post.
I have never even.
I'm impressed, and it only had 9 cents when I picked it. So hopefully we can do better than that.
It is $13 now.
Ah, okay, that's good. That's good. You had another post, Linda, you wanted to show, a runner-up that you were desperate to show us. First, everybody, if you want free whale shares, I'll say it again, if you want to get involved in this currency, where you can either spend them or save them as the value goes up, then just give me your address and you get your open ledger address. You get something for free for listening to the show. And if you don't know what that means, tell me, and I will help you get an
This is actually from a Steamian who has more reputation than I do, 62, and it did earn a little bit, and it's not actually for upvotes. I just think that everybody should read this kind of thing once in a while, because this is about how we sometimes feel defeated, and I think everybody feels defeated once in a while, and I just wanted to say that this is the perfect thing that shows you that you're not alone when you feel defeated, that there are other people who feel bad sometimes and down, and people just need some support when they feel bad and down. So that's why I wanted to share it.
I almost chose this post.
I hope that somebody would choose it, because I was kind of into the artsy part today, but I was keeping it on the side if nobody did. Because it's actually quite sad, she's having a bad time. Yeah, and I just think everybody should read it, because it's something that everybody can relate to, and I think everybody has been at that place in their life. Oh, and Cubby, thanks for the upvote love you gave me last week. I did notice that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna
Pretend like you don't know either.
Has Cabby been giving out mysterious uploads again?
Oh, don't know.
You'd like a Steam it Father Christmas?
So I'm obsessed with the Bitbots. So what? And I think everyone should use them, but I can't obviously use them all of myself. And so, you know.
I was there. She loves me.
Nick, did we lose you, my friend?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. It's like you
Okay.
leave us for dramatic effect and come back.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, I was talking about that Indian lady who did this post, and she's a very good Steamian, and she's sometimes contributed on Freedom's short story posts, and she always puts a big effort in and does a long post as well. So it's a pity she's feeling like this. I hope she gets through it, but it's a nice emotional post. And maybe we can make her feel better with a bit of love, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe a comment or two from lovely people.
And she's usually so positive, it seems a little out of character for her to be sad, but it's nice that she feels comfortable to share it with her Steemit friends and give us the opportunity to cheer her up.
I think the people who mostly seem cheerful are the ones that are the most saddest inside, because they just know how it is to feel like that, and they don't want others to feel like it.
Maybe.
I think you're right.
Okay, so I think we're done with all the main posts now. And what we'll probably do now is hang around for a bit. So if there's any mods in here, or anyone feels like who's got mod privileges being energetic, we could go through and we could take everybody's turn mute off. Somebody's doing it, and feel free to speak up, feel free to talk to us, feel free to tell us what you liked that we did, or what you didn't like, or just generally throw insults. Anything is fine. There's no rules. Please feel free to hang around and we'll all have a chat.
Before we do that, though,
also-
can we end the...
Sorry, yes, I always forget to end officially. And I should also say thank you very much to Poetic Snake for her work, joining in. She did brilliantly. And next week we've got Gavchik, so tune in if you'd like to hear from Gavchik. Okay.
Alrighty, guys, everyone say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye, it was so fun and sad but fun. Bye bye.